Welcome to WHU Inside Business. We are here today with Dr. Hansjörg Rodi. Dr. Rodi is the Managing Director of Kühne Nagel, Germany. Dr. Rodi, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me here.
Dr. Rodi, there are trends like Industry 4.0 and more broadly speaking digitalization that are hardly debated. What is going to be their impact on supply chain processes?
Well, I think we tremendously already see the impact, and to describe it in a nutshell, I think what will really change is we have to be much more fast, agile. We have to speed up our internal processes, and we have to make sure that we have access to data real time and always.
One of the benefits that comes along with what you just mentioned is that there's greater visibility along the supply chain. Now, how are you going to leverage this greater visibility, and what is it going to do for your customers?
Well, we in Kühne Nagel, and we only do that for our customers because at the end of the day that is where we are existing. We are providing logistics services in order for our customers to make their life easier. So that is what it's all about, I would say. So visibility and new technology enables us to have real-time online visibility 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on all the shipments that we process. And once we have that in hand, we can do much more with this because that is valuable data we have in hand always.
Okay. Now, this type of visibility which you're describing is pretty well known to us from like ordering from Amazon or so. Can you describe in a nutshell what is so much more complex in kind of B2B supply chains in terms of the visibility that you just mentioned?
Well, B2B supply chains or worldwide supply chains that we have, I mean, at the end we serve, of course, and B2C supply chain as well. But what is more complex compared to what we experience as a consumer is that we ship from everywhere to everywhere, and there might always be an exception that we have to deal with somehow. So if we only take ocean freight, for example, the productivity that we have right now per employee is 3 files per day. And we are market leader with this productivity, and that shows how complex it is to organize a transport from somewhere in mainland China to a lovely city like Falunda. So you always have breaks, interfaces that you have to manage and that you have to bring together. And that makes it extremely complex. And that is what is so fascinating on what we are doing, because we are reducing that complexity by simply providing visibility on the shipment that we ship through different modes of transport, through different countries with borders, with customs clearance and all that in between. So it's highly complex, but we can do it much more easy for our customers as we have done it in past.
Okay. How is digitalization going to impact the service portfolio that you're offering to your customers?
Oh, I think that it even offers us the possibility to come up with totally new services that we have not provided in past. For example, forecasting of world trade, because we simply can take the data we have and we can add data that we get from external sources, and then we can better predict in what is really going on and how could the supply chain of our customers already change. And that is new market segments, I would say, that we see now as logistics providers through technology, data, and consequently work with this data.
Okay. How do you prepare your employees to leverage the utmost of this data?
That is a very good question. I mean, at the end of the day, our business will always be people's business. So of course we have to, first of all, train and explain to our employees that, I mean, that is the new time, that is the time we are in, that is how the world is changing, and we have to accompany this change together with our employees. And on the other hand, I mean, it's not about revolution. We are it's very much step by step that we gradually develop into these new way of thinking and way of working. So it's much more easy than in former times where we said, I mean, that is an IT system you have been working with the last 20 years, and here comes the new system. It will gradually change, and that makes it much easier to fascinate our people as well, that is a very nice and tremendously interesting journey we are in.
Okay, that sounds great. Do you see any risks upcoming related to digitalization and how you're dealing with those?
Oh, sure there are, because I think those who don't take digitization and the entire transformation we are in the industry, in consumer behavior, and then of course impacting us as logistics provider, those who don't take that serious might not be relevant tomorrow. So the big risk is if we don't work on this and really, I mean, dedicate ourselves to this new challenge we are in, there is a high risk that certain people might, or companies might disappear on that. So there is a threat, but there is an even bigger challenge.
Yeah. Dr. Rodi, thanks very much for sharing your insights.
Thank you very much.